Dr. Ambedkar was India's foremost human rights activist during the 20th century. He is an emancipator, scholar, extraordinary social reformer, and a true champion of human rights. He is one of the highly regarded Indians whose emancipation and empowering role for oppressed groups that cut against the gender divide has inspired subaltern groups worldwide. All should try to take inspiration from Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's life and work to create a just and gender neutral world. Ambedkar had a bitter taste of discriminatory treatment due to his caste at an early age. He and his brother had to carry gunny bags to sit on inside the classroom because they could not sit on classroom chairs. They were denied drinking water facilities and excluded from games and mixing with other children.
Even teachers would not check their notebooks for fear of pollution. Thus sowed the seeds of discontentment about the social system in the life of Ambedkar.
Having several doctorates, Dr. Ambedkar became the Law Minister of the Government of India in 1947.
He took a leading part in the framing of Indian Constitution, outlawing discrimination against untouchable and skillfully helped to steer it through the assembly.
He played a significant role in establishing India's Finance Commission, which helped the nation both socially and economically.
He resigned in 1951, disappointed at his lack of influence in the government. In October 1956, in despair because of the perpetuation of untouchability in Hindu doctrine, he renounced Hinduism and became a Buddhist, together with about 200,000 Dalits at Nagpur.
Ambedkar dedicated his life to India's betterment, the Indian society, and the deprived in India. His works, initiatives, and writings all had the same motive to make India a better, secular, and equal space to live.
As his priceless collection of books shows us, he has both a restless and practical imagination, at once romantic and pragmatic, ethical and historical. Ambedkar wrote extensively on various topics throughout his life, including politics, economics, religion, casteism, segregation, governance, and so on. His wide range of writings continues to motivate and inspire people.
Baba Sahib is one of the very few people who touched the hearts of the marginalized sections of the society, and they follow his teachings and words even today. While extensively working with the untouchables, he was the first law minister of the country and became the Constitution Drafting Committee's chairman.
Baba Sahib stands as an inspiration for many reformists still trying to end caste inequality in India. Despite his heroic efforts, unfortunately, the caste system is still omnipresent and has reached every corner of the country. Ambedkar has left an indelible mark with his detailed writing, and his legacy must live on.
Dr. Ambedkar battled to change the existing social order which stood upon caste and class, and tried to plant the seed of social justice by advocating various issues about the caste systems, plight and untouchability, human rights, laborers, women rights, and above all the Indian politics.
However, despite his foreign education, he had to endure insults while at work due to his low caste origin. He was a victim of cruel Dalit discrimination. He suffered the ignominy of having documents files hurled by peon at his face. Ambedkar worked for the protection of Dalit rights and upliftment of the status of the Dalits throughout his life.
He adopted various means to safeguard Dalit rights. Ambedkar launched a movement against Dalit discrimination by creating public opinion through his writings in periodicals such as Mook Nayak, Vahshikrat Bharat, and Equality Janta, which he started for the protection of Dalit rights.
Ambedkar was a grand champion of the Dalit cause because he succeeded in turning the depressed class movement into a revolutionary movement throughout India. Today, India has witnessed the oppressed classes walking on the street of cities and villages with confidence and poise. Of course, many despicable acts of discrimination and violence against Dalit still occur. Since 1954, Ambedkar was suffering from serious health problems, including diabetes and weak eyesight. On 6 December 1956, he died at his home in Delhi. Since Ambedkar adopted Buddhism as his religion, a Buddhist style cremation was organized for him.
Ideology of Ambedkar stands on the annihilation of caste, the destruction of caste, the discrimination, the destruction of inhumanity, the inhuman discrimination which has been propagated since many years by the Brahminical forces. The dangers of Ambedkar, that Ambedkar, when he spoke in Constituent Assembly, the dangers in politics, that the dangers in politics was hero worship and is hero worship. So this is the dangers he has referred, the greatest danger for the society, when hero worship is sure road to degradation and eventual dictatorship. That is the dangers pointed by Ambedkar. Let us be a beacon of hope in the era, in the tsunami of this hate propagating all over the world. Let us be a channel of reconciliation. That is the message of Ambedkar.
When we are talking about the Dr. Bhim Ambedkar, it's a very important role he played to organize Dalit. Especially, I learned a lot of things from him. One of the things is wherever you born, in which class or which caste, it doesn't matter. If you have a will, you can do it. I think Dr. Bhim Ambedkar that proves himself, because he had a double PhD, he had a multiple talented, and he contributed in economics, politics, even in the somehow religion also. More than that, he contributed a lot for most marginalized, vulnerable, and especially Dalit people in South Asia. Dr. Bhim Ambedkar was of the opinion that only political empowerment will resolve this kind of problem of social justice. Due to his effort, Dalits began to organize themselves, demanding reserved seat in education institution and separate electorate that would choose the Dalit member of Legislative Council. Even in 1930, Ambedkar extended national political. In the same year, he organized the Depressed Class Association to make them politically more strong. He was nominated as a delegate of the oppressed class for the second round table conference. In that round table conference, he clashed with even Mahatma Gandhi by demanding separate electorate for Dalits. So that kind of movement he brought back in 1930 was one of the significant contribution in his life.
Today, I wish to the whole of the country and to the whole of the world that let us move towards the dream project of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, which was a society free of all kinds of bondages, all kinds of chains of slavery, a society free of all forms of oppression, repression, suppression, exploitation, marginalization, and all sorts of things that those are basically impediments in the growth and development of a realistic, a genuine human society in a more democratic and secular manner.